Yay. Okay. Hey, everybody. Today we have an amazing video in store for you guys and a fantastic guest. We have Shane Sterling from Raw Vegan Rising, looking younger in every single video. He's 51 years old, long-term raw vegan, and an expert in juicing. We have both done juice fast. I've done 37 days. Shane's done 40, and it's changed the lives of so many people out there. So today we are answering your frequently asked questions about fasting. You're going to find out everything you need to know. So stick around till the end and let's hop into it. Hey, Shane, how are you?
Hello, Gillian. Hello, everyone watching. I hope to provide value for everyone listening today and inspiration to help people know what the next steps are for their life, to reclaim their health, their vitality, their happiness, lose the weight, get the glow up, the 2.0 upgrade, and to just feel confident moving forward with juice fasting and a raw vegan diet, which is absolutely miraculous. So my intention today is to just provide value for people.
Yeah,
Thanks
which
for
you
having me on.
Of course, we love having you on. And before we hop into these questions, we have a lot. They're really good. Quickly, off the top of your head, what are your top secrets for looking this good?
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm 51 and most people don't believe my age. I'm a raw vegan, 100% raw vegan. I recommit every day to my raw vegan journey. I eat raw foods. I don't eat any starches or grains or beans or rice, no oils at all. And I just know that eating raw vegan helps my body thrive at the highest level. We do not need to eat heavy protein or heavy foods. We need to lighten our foods so we don't put so much burden on our body. Eating a lighter diet makes everything lighter. Lighter load on our organs, lighter load on our elimination system, our lymphatic system, which results in our skin and hair and nails and our youthfulness and our vitality and our glow. So for me, eating beans and rice or stir fry or, God forbid, animal products like beef tacos or something, that is not even food for me. Absolutely not food. I like berries. I eat a lot of berries, high in antioxidants. I eat a lot of superfoods. I love, maca root and adaptogenic herbs and reishi mushrooms and chaga and cordyceps. I do lots of superfoods and I support my body's vitality with the least amount of digestive burden. So for me, that's my goal. How can I get the nutrition I need, but not eat a lot of food? And being raw vegan is incredible because it cleans out your bowels. It cleans out the biofilm and the plaque. Look, if somebody wants a glow up and to look 20 years younger, clean out the plaque and the biofilm and the old impacted waste out of the GI tract. It's going to help your body function like 10 times better. So eating raw vegan consistently over time does that, but juice fasting is the fastest way to get there. And you can kind of speed up the
Mhm.
process of eliminating plaque and biofilm out of the GI tract with a juice fast, which is the topic of this video. So I hope that we can get into the details of why that works and how that's going to really help people look their best. So
Yeah.
I have juices every day, but you don't have to juice fast every day. Juice fasting is really a temporary intervention protocol to clean the bowels out. You really only need to do it one time. And if you do it properly all the way one time, then it's going to support your body with eating raw vegan. And you can rebuild your gut microbiome on a raw vegan diet and thrive at the highest level, get more nutrition for less calories, and then you get that glow up and you don't get fat from eating food. Cooked food makes me fat. If I eat cooked food, I get fat. Plump, midsection, don't feel good, tired, exhausted. I lose my edge. I lose my confidence. Raw vegan, just, man, right at the top of my game as a 51-year-old man, feeling and looking the best of my life.
That's a fact. Yeah. Okay. So juicing, I love that. Juicing. First off, to start out, what exactly is a juice fast? Because believe it or not, I do still get this question. It is a common question. People wonder, what do you do? Can you eat in the evening? Can you still drink smoothies? Can you have coffee? Can you have tea? So explain to us what exactly a juice cleanse is to start out with, please.
Okay, juice fasting is stopping digestion. So when we stop digestion completely, no eating, the body turns to waste elimination out of the bowels. Now we use juices because the juices provide calories and nutrition. So if we can stop digesting food, but still get calories and nutrition, we fuel the body for the elimination process. So very quickly, very efficiently, the body can eliminate old waste plaques and biofilms and accumulated acids, like crystallized acids that's in the blood and the bowels and the lymphatic system.
Mhm.
And it cleans the interstitial fluids between the cells very quickly and efficiently. This is done through hydration, okay, from the juices, but structured hydration, not water, but the simple carbohydrates and the mineral salts in the juices. This is extra level hydration. The first thing people notice when they go on a juice fast is that they gain weight. They gain water weight because people are so toxic and so inflamed. The first thing that happens is the body has to retain water like an injury. When you get injured, it swells. Well, when you do a juice fast, your body has to swell a little bit to release the waste because we're so toxic. It's like we're damaged, so the body has to retain fluids in order to detox. But as we go, that minimizes and the body starts to get, you know, lean and feeling incredible. Most people have sensations of euphoria and just connectedness and just a sense of rejuvenation and beauty and like spiritual consciousness come over them during a juice fast. It's very, very clarifying for the mind
Mhm.
because as we purify the bowels and the blood and the lymph, we have a really big awakening. A juice fast can be a spiritual awakening for people. It can show them things about themselves or their life that have been clouded or maybe they've forgotten or lost touch with. So it's a really incredible way to get back into alignment with who we are truly supposed to be. It gets us into alignment.
Mhm.
So when people say, can I eat in the evening? Absolutely not. There's a unique opportunity to just go all the way one time. And this is what I was saying. If we can do a proper juice fast one time all the way, we never have to do it again. And doing it properly means going as long as it takes to empty our GI tract of all the waste. You might be surprised how much waste you have inside of you. The average person has between 20 to 30 pounds of plaque and biofilm and old fecal matter inside of them. This is poisoning you from the inside. So if someone has hormone imbalance or weight gain or inflammation or autoimmune thyroid problems, any kind of rash on the skin, even to extreme levels like lupus or, cancer or diabetes, these types of things are the result of toxins building up in the body. When you open the bowels up completely and empty everything in there, the body can cleanse and it pulls those toxins out of the interstitial fluids and the organs and the lymph, and you can reverse amazing,
Mhm.
illnesses. And
Yeah.
juice fasting is used to reverse catastrophic disease. We can see that over and over again with Hippocrates Institute in Florida with the Gerson therapy. This is used to reverse catastrophic level illness.
Mhm.
So when we just do it casually, it supports the body to feel our best. Now, do you want to drink coffee on a juice fast? Well, absolutely not, because you're alkalizing your body during a juice fast. Coffee is acid forming to the body. So coffee and
Mhm.
tea will be acidic to the body. And although we might be addicted to our caffeine rush, guess what? The juices actually invigorate our mind and our body and our adrenal system more than coffee could ever do. Caffeine actually borrows energy from the future, so we have to make up that energy at a future time, where juices and raw foods actually support the adrenal cortex completely, so we have actual real energy. So replace the caffeine with juices and just surrender to the withdrawal process and the detox process. It's so highly, highly, highly worth it.
Yeah,
So there's a unique opportunity when we're doing a juice fast to surrender all the way. Part of doing a juice fast properly is surrendering your will to the divine will. Our will is that I want to do it my way. I want it to be easy. I want to like keep all my vices, all my addictions. I want to still eat meat and drink coffee. But if you can surrender your will and what you think you need to the divine will of the juices, the fresh living foods from the sun and the
Mhm.
earth, it's going to teach you. It's going to teach your body. It's going to teach your mind. It's going to reset your neural association between the gut and the brain. The hormones change, the neural synapses change, every aspect of the superhighway between the gut and the brain changes on a juice fast. And you deserve to experience that. So if someone is wanting to do a juice fast, you get to look forward to that incredible reset. This is where it like opens us up and helps us have spiritual epiphanies. Because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they say the gut is the second brain. So when we cleanse the gut, we actually have more brain power. We have more clarity to our mind, our thinking, and that becomes our consciousness. So juice fasting improves our consciousness, which gives us greater clarity to our vision, our values, our actions, who we want to be in the world, how to be of service of the world, how to improve the world, what we
Mm-hmm.
want to work toward, what our goals are. You know, it helps us in every aspect to up level our life to become the best version of ourselves. That's the real secret of a juice fast. Give up those vices temporarily and become the best version of yourself. That's what everybody really wants. And that's the
Yeah.
benefit waiting for someone to experience.
It's super rewarding. And I feel like that's when I feel my best. And I love the spiritual connection, like you were talking about. And I think it's important for people to realize they can feast on a juice fast, right? Like they don't have to limit how much juice they drink. I think a lot of people think I'm just going to be hungry. I'm going to feel like crap. But for me, the key to success is drinking a lot. Sometimes I'll drink like 8 32 ounces. I find that number is different for everybody. A lot of people are okay with just like 4. But don't you think that's key too? Like you don't have to like so much limit. You can drink as much as you want.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring up. I've worked with thousands of people as a juice fast coach over the years. People who don't drink enough juice will struggle. So what I recommend to my clients is that they have a minimum of 6 32-ounce jars per day of juice.
Hmm.
You can go more than that. 6 is really the sweet spot for most people. 4 is my absolute baseline minimum. If you're having a really hard day and you just cannot get in any more juice, 4 is going to be absolute minimum, but you're going to need to make it up the next day. You really want to have between 6 to 8 or beyond. And this is really a calorie issue. We really need 2,500 to 3,500 calories a day from juices when juice fasting, because the body is detoxing. The body is trying to eliminate, and the body needs energy for proper elimination. So
Hmm.
if we are not having enough juice, the body can't eliminate. But then where is everything going? It's sitting in there. So we're going to start to feel detox symptoms. So the more detox symptoms we feel, the less we want to drink the juice and the more detox symptoms we feel. It's a vicious cycle. So we can break the vicious cycle by, as you said, feasting on juices and really having an absolute abundance of juices. And you can calculate your calories by just putting in the volume of fruits and produce that you're
Hmm.
using to make the juice. You know, 6
Hmm.
bunches of celery, put that into a calorie tracking app and see how many calories that is, and try to hit 25 to 3,500 calories in a day. That's going to help you feel amazing. Those are the levels where you get to like euphoric highs and kind of spiritual epiphanies drinking that much juice. So it's highly recommended to not limit the juice. The other thing is people will have detox symptoms and then start to struggle. And
Hmm.
then their body and their mind will start to tell them, oh, do not drink that juice. It's making me feel sick, you know, especially the more medicinal green juices. And that's where we start to really get into trouble. So if we are detoxing and we're going in, you got to surrender. You got to commit all the way. You got to make sure you're supporting your body if you
Hmm.
want to have the proper experience. It's absolutely critical and it will pay off in the long run.
So what do you think? Some people I interviewed, which I find is so interesting lately, only drink green juices. What do you think about that? Or do you think we should mix it up and should we drink water?
The foundation, the backbone of a good juice fast is going to be the lemon ginger blast green juice, which is amazing.
Hmm.
The lemon ginger blast is so synergistic with the human body, so detoxifying to the body, so supportive to the body that it actually becomes, it kind of trains you. I have a lemon ginger blast almost every day when I get to making them. Some days I don't for
Hmm.
convenience reasons. I can't get to it, but I try to have a lemon ginger blast every day. And this is 7 years later, as I've been fully raw vegan 7 years now. I still try to have the lemon ginger blast every day. That's the core of my juice fast protocol. However, I will recommend citrus juices only. As fruit juices, I personally only recommend citrus because the citrus oils are very cutting to the plaque and the biofilm and the sludge and the waste. Just like citrus cleaners or just natural citrus oils, well, they
Hmm.
cut the grease and they're very effective for detoxing the bowels. So I do recommend citrus juices. I also recommend pineapple because pineapple cleans out the gut. It's
Hmm.
high in bromelain, which is a proteolytic enzyme. And the proteolytic enzyme breaks down hardened proteins and mucus and biofilm and plaque inside of your GI tract. So the only two fruit juices that I personally use with my clients are pineapple and citrus.
Okay.
I do not recommend watermelon. Now, you see, it's very common for people to do
So
watermelon
good.
washouts and
Yes.
watermelon juice fasts. I do not recommend it. Watermelon is the type of juice that gives you a lot of energy and euphoria and you feel good, and you can mistake what's actually happening in your body. Most people do not cleanse the bowels properly drinking watermelon juice because it's not detoxifying to the bowels. And then they go too long and they lose muscle mass. Every single person I've ever known who has done an extended period of time on watermelon loses muscle mass. My protocol with the lemon ginger blast and the citrus and the pineapple minimizes weight loss, minimizes muscle mass loss to
Hmm.
an extreme level, like
Yeah.
night and day. So this
I
is why I say you need to have a protocol to follow, because if you just go and drink whatever juice you want and you think you could just drink whatever, there's going to be negative consequences, which maybe it's fine for you. If you want to do it on your own and go experiment and, reinvent the wheel, that's fine. But there's going to be negative consequences, and then you'll have to make up that difference. You'll have to go to the gym and regain that muscle. It just makes it harder.
Yeah.
If you want to waste your time and effort and money, just do it on your own. Otherwise, follow a plan. And also, water can be used to dilute the strong juices if you need, but I personally don't recommend water on a juice fast. It's not necessary. When you're drinking 8 32-ounce jars of juice, it's very, very hydrating to the body. So your body has all the hydration it needs.
Hmm.
I recommend water usually for people who are coming from a toxic lifestyle, who have a hard time drinking the lemon ginger blast green juice,
Hmm.
and then they can dilute it a little bit just to get it in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tool we can use to help alleviate the intensity of the juices. But for hydration, it's not necessary.
Yeah. And okay, this guy Anthony that I just interviewed at an event I hosted with Lou Corona, he did 45 days lemon ginger blast only, which I was
Wow.
just like, whoa, I need to sit down with this guy. I'll put the interview below. But he was completely rejuvenated, he said. And what's interesting, his gray hair started growing black back in black,
Wow, that's amazing.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it supports the cells in the body. It removes the acid. So the acids start to deteriorate the cells in our body, from hair follicles to skin cells to, parts of our organs and the
Yeah.
functionality of our hormones and endocrine system and all of it. So the
Yeah.
lemon ginger blast really helps rejuvenate the human biology at a very high level. It's really cool.
And look at
And,
Lou, like Lou's
yeah.
73, almost 74, I think in August, 73 or 74 in August. I forget which one. And I've never met anybody with more energy, vitality in my life. And he looks amazing. And he's drank that every day for over 50 years.
Yeah, yeah, it really makes a difference. I notice when I do not have the lemon ginger blast green juice for a period of time, I start to feel it. I start to feel like my energy lowers and feel like I'm getting dragged down. So I have to make an emergency run to the store and make a batch of juice. And I try to make like 6 or 8 quarts at a time, put it in the fridge and just have it for the week,
Yeah.
because it's so life-changing to have a
Yeah.
green juice like that every day.
It's
It becomes addictive because your body's thriving at such an incredible high level, you're vibrating higher. And then if your vibration comes down, it's like, oh, I don't like that as much. So, everybody listening, if you can get your vibration up like that, you're going to become addicted to the high vibrational natural health. We don't want to become addicted to cooked foods. They're so addictive. And we don't want to become addicted to caffeine and coffee and tea. That is so addictive. It's really destructive to our body and to our consciousness. What we want is that high vibrational energy. Then we're buzzing at a whole new level, but buzzing with clarity and vision and precision and confidence, and that willingness to meet life and do the dance with life. It makes us the best version of ourselves. It's so incredible.
Yeah, and I think a green juice a day, like regardless of your lifestyle, is literally the best health habit you could add in. And like I said, Anthony saw the gray hair changes when I interview so many people that have all these massive changes. And you, as somebody who works so closely, like with your group and with coaching with people who are doing a lot of juice fasting, juice cleansing, what are maybe some of the amazing things that stand out that you see?
I mean, amazing before and after transformations, like glow ups, like people's faces just light up. They go from like
Mhm.
frowns to smiles. Like people
Mhm.
just get a glow up. They obviously are looking and feeling better, slimmer through the face, slimmer through the body, weight loss journeys, reversing tumors, regrowing hair. I mean, just the eye color changing. People just looking how we're supposed to look as vibrant humans, coming from this downtrodden, beaten down, worn out, tired version of ourselves, all addicted to cooked foods and numbed out with toxic oils and animal products. Going to a juice fast, just 40 days on juices, starts to clean all that sludge and waste and acids out of your body. And then all of a sudden, there's the life comes back to people. I think of it as like almost youthfulness, like people look like a kid again. There's just a rejuvenation, maybe a will to live, a newfound hope and purpose, like looking at the future optimistically, things like this. And you can really see it in people's eyes. I get to see these transformations every day, and people are posting these before and afters. And that's what's so inspiring. That's part of why I'm so committed to sharing the message of a juice fast and raw foods, because I see it every day with people. And there's just no reason to go down the path of the cooked food, numbed out, beaten down version of ourselves where we're tired and we have aches and
Mhm.
pains and we're aging poorly and we have weight. We're carrying around, it's like we're just carrying around so much burden on our back. And a
Mhm.
juice just like lifts the burden. It's like taking 25,000 pounds of bricks off your back. And then all of a sudden you're going to just see life in a whole new way. Who doesn't want that? I mean, it's
Mhm.
important for me to share that message because of how many people I see go through that incredible experience.
Yeah,
And
and you
people
had.
are very grateful. I mean, I personally get messages every day, tagged in posts, messages, emails,
Mhm.
people thanking me, saying, "Thank you, Shane, for sharing this message. You've saved my life. I'm eternally grateful. I
Mhm.
owe you." I mean, I get that every day,
Mhm.
literally. So
Yeah, and
it's
juicing
it's
changed
pretty
your
cool.
life too. And I know a lot of people like they wanted to change their life, but they might have a hard time, especially in the beginning, with feeling really hungry or having a lot of cravings. So, any tips for how people can navigate those moments to stay on track with their goals?
Well, of course, we can just have more calories because that's what I always recommend. Have more calories. If you're not feeling good, if you are
Mhm.
hungry, have more calories. Say you're doing a juice fast, you're 5 days in and you're really hungry. Okay,
Mhm.
you're hungry. Have more calories. Like
Mhm.
drink 4 more juices and have 2,000 calories. Like you
Mhm.
can't drink too much juice. The goal is calories. So I recommend tracking. And most people drastically underestimate how many calories they're taking in with juice. A green juice, like a lemon ginger blast, is about 300 to 350 calories. So you have to have a lot of those to hit 3,000 calories, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So have some pineapple that's a little bit more calorie dense, have some orange, a little more calorie dense. But the other thing is having a reason. People underestimate having a vision and being connected to why they're doing something. Health is a noble cause, but it's not enough to get healthy. If health was a reason to get healthy, everybody would be healthy. It's
Mhm.
not enough. People want to be healthy, but they can't overcome the addiction. Why? Because they have emotional trauma and wounding and baggage that they're carrying around their whole life. And they
Mhm.
can't get out of these patterns of thinking of low self-esteem that keeps them stuck, keeps them addicted to food. And these are unconscious patterns. It's no one's fault, but they're in the subconscious mind. So until we are addressing the shadow part of ourself, the abandoned parts of ourself that are unconscious, most likely we're not going to get that health glow up that we're wanting.
Mhm.
What it really takes to pull us out of the apathy and the subconscious pain and trauma is a vision bigger than ourselves. We need to get committed to how our life matters and how we can make a difference and how our 10% that we take for granted of what we know and who we are is someone else's miracle. People need us. The world needs us. Until we speak our voice, until we use our throat chakra to
Mhm.
share the message of who we are and what our experiences, our traumas, our life experiences, until we share that and speak it verbally, we are playing small and we are most likely just in trauma patterns. We have to speak and we have to get out of our own way. And we can use our voice to unlock the unconscious trauma patterns that we've been carrying around our whole life. So if we combine the two, is developing their voice, getting on social media, sharing their Juice Fast experience, starting to maybe work with other people, become a coach, start a little side business or something, and do their Juice Fast at the same time. Now, this is a reason bigger than ourselves to make a difference for others, to help share the message of transformation, what's possible. We don't have to be sick and fat and nearly dead. We can transform our life. And so doing the voice work, the shadow work, the unconscious work, moving blocks, and doing juice fasting, the moving physical blocks, the emotional blocks, the mental and spiritual blocks, that's where people get the biggest breakthroughs.
Yeah.
And it is really incredible to do that level of all of it combined. If we just are doing the juices, I don't know, maybe people have a good experience. It's a wild card, but if you do the subconscious work, the shadow work, and reclaim the abandoned parts of yourself, develop your voice, and clear your mind with the juice fast, the sky's the limit. You
And I
can
feel like that
really,
just comes naturally on the juice fast. I feel like a lot of
it
us go into it for
does.
health or other reasons. And then we're like, whoa, bam. Like you feel like your true self. You feel so clear headed. You feel so spiritual. And then it's easier to like work through all those traumas and all those things you're talking about. Like they come up and it's
It
just
does.
easier to navigate them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And some people need guidance with this. It's not easy to understand how to do this on our own. Most
Hmm.
people do not. I'd say most people who just drink watermelon juice thinking that's a juice fast don't have that type of experience. This is an intentional
Hmm.
experience. And anytime we approach transformation with great care and intention, we get the results. If we go into something with no plan, with no support, then we can't guarantee what results we're going to get. We need to
Yeah.
put the right steps in the right order. We need to work with someone who is experienced, a mentor, a guide. We need some sort of inspiration to go off of, and we need a protocol and a plan. And if we can
Yeah.
have all of those, then we can really have major transformational breakthroughs, like major, where people can actually change careers, make more money, create new levels of abundance and service in the world, start businesses, get out of dead-end jobs, leave the soul-sucking corporate world and start that online business that you've been dreaming about for 10 years. These types of life transformations.
I see that a lot. And any other tips?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are asking how to prepare. So, any other tips for how to prepare? Like, should people go on a huge bender the day before? Do you think they need to work their way up with raw food first? Like, any other tips for how to prepare? And then lots of people are asking too how to break the fast too.
I think that you can just go cold turkey from SAD, from highly toxic to a juice fast, but it might be harder depending on the toxicity level. If you're
Hmm.
really deeply addicted to food and you just go into a juice fast, yeah, you're going to struggle. So what I recommend is just use willpower for the first 30 days, eat 100% raw vegan with willpower. Now, I don't recommend willpower for any level of transformation. We do not use willpower. We use vision and we use goal setting and we use plans, okay? But the first 30 days coming from a sad diet, coming from food addiction, yeah, use willpower for just 30 days. Push through, eat
Hmm.
100% raw, make it work at all costs. Just let it be messy. Do whatever the hell it takes. Eat a lot of fruit, make big salads, just figure it out for 30 days. And then jump into a juice fast. So that 30
Hmm.
days of eating raw will start to kind of move things. I think it'll actually give most people a huge boost of confidence and put some wind in their sails to
Hmm.
realize, oh, I can actually feel good eating raw vegan for 30 days. It's a good way to start. So that's what I recommend for people, is to just use a little bit of willpower in the beginning. And then once you get onto the juices, then it's going to carry you. But you got to make sure you have that plan and you drink a lot of juice, a lot of calories, 8 quarts a day, is a good thing to shoot for. And lemon
Hmm.
ginger blast as the backbone, citrus and
Hmm.
pineapple. Don't go for the melons. Don't go for apple juice. Don't go for grape juice. Don't go for juices that make it feel easier. In fact, you don't want to make it easier on yourself. This is a unique one-time intervention protocol to transform your life forever. So
Hmm.
this is not a time to play small and make it easy and try to cut corners and that's what people try to do. The ego is very strong and say, oh, you don't need this. Oh, make it easy. Oh, cut corners. but really this is a life-changing opportunity. So
True.
go all the way. And yes, breaking the fast is the most important part. Now, we've been talking about juice fasting, but honestly, any fool can do a juice fast, but breaking the fast is the most unique opportunity possibly of our lifetime to rebuild the gut microbiome to thrive on raw foods. We can beat the meat and dairy and egg and grain and oil addiction forever if we rebuild the gut microbes to thrive on raw food. And so we cannot break the fast with cooked foods at all. We want to go at least 3 to 6 months on a 100% raw vegan diet after a juice fast. This is life-changing stuff. And really, if we can go 1 year, one revolution around the sun, it resets the gut microbes in a way, it sets into motion a whole new pattern of thinking and believing that supports the way of eating. So you're supporting the gut, you're supporting the mind. You've had one cycle around the sun to reset your body and your mind and your soul. That is the highest level of transformation you're going to experience. Then you can be raw vegan like we are. And then you can stay raw vegan for longer and feel good, get more nutrition from less food. That's where you really start to get the glow up. I'd say it takes 2 to 3 years to really have the full transformation.
And you're right. Like the key thing, it's so key how you break it and how you eat after, because you don't want to just go back to binging or something and erase all the work you just put in. And that reminds me, when I interviewed Joe Cross from Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, most people know who he is. Most people got the inspiration to juice fast way back from that film. I remember him saying when I was with him, I think he said that the plant foods after what really changed things, like how he was eating after too,
It
after the
is.
60 days, he like took on the plant diet too. And it's life changing. And another thing a lot of people are asking and they want to know is how much can I expect this to cost? I know that varies. I do see people say they can do it on a really low budget. Other people say it costs more. But in your opinion, how much can people expect for this to cost? And do you have any tips for how to do it on a budget?
Okay, so because it's so life-changing and so incredible and so amazing, you should save up. This is my advice for everyone. Save up to do it properly. Get the right juicer. Have the cash ready to go in an account, ready to spend on high-quality produce. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Most people are so impatient and don't understand the value of delayed gratification. They jump into a juice fast with no support, no plan, and no money. They're going to get poor results. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your effort, and you're going to waste your money. So save up what it's going to actually take. A good juicer is $500. So save up 500 for the Nama J2 or the Green Star. Those are the two I have and I love. I use the Nama every day because it's easier.
This right here is the amazing Nama juicer Shane and I are talking about. It is incredible. I think it has over 10,000 5-star reviews. Everybody loves it. And I can let you guys know right now, you can save the best discount available, 10% off with my code GBJUICE. We're going to show you how easy it is. We're going to whip up a quick watermelon juice and then we'll get back to the podcast. And it just makes juicing fun. It makes you want to juice. You can also juice plant-based milks in there. I just juiced these. I made cashew milk, macadamia nut milk, pumpkin seed milk, everything. So let's just turn this on, make up a quick juice. So this machine is incredible. They also have a 15-year warranty. They build machines to last. You get more juice from your produce. I can't recommend it enough. So use code GBJUICE today. I'll put the link down below. Support your girl. Get an amazing juicer for your kitchen. And let's head back to the podcast.
Also, the right produce with organic on the dirty, the clean 15 and the dirty dozen list. You want to follow that. So you got to get organic green apples. You got to get organic greens for the juices. It's going to cost, let's say, $800 to $1,000 for a proper, full 40-day, life-changing juice fast experience. 500 for the juicer, 1,000 for your 40-day juice fast supplies.
So worth it.
So worth it. $1,500 to change your life. I mean, people will spend $1,500 on a plane ticket. Look, this is a life-saving intervention, and you deserve to give yourself that gift. It's better than any vacation. So if you're going to go spend $5,000 on a vacation to the Bahamas, you can do a juice fast, okay? And also, you can budget. Yeah, depending on where you live, like I'm here in Austin, Texas, and it's pretty affordable. I could probably do a 40-day juice fast for under 800 here if I wanted to cut corners and budget and get less organic and things like that. But what you should not skimp on is the juicer. You have to get a slow masticating juicer. And look, to make the juice fast experience enjoyable, you need a good quality juicer that doesn't get jammed up, that's not, fighting you the whole way. So invest in the good juicer,
And the
and
thing with
it's
that
gonna,
is too, you get
yeah,
more juice from your produce with a good juicer than you do
yeah.
one of like the cheap Amazon juicers. I know that because and start out with what you can. I mean, do what you whatever, but it's so worth it. You get so much more juice. It's so much better.
So worth it. Yeah, it saves
Yeah.
you money. Actually, it will save you money to
Mm-hmm.
save up for the proper juicer, because
Mm-hmm.
you get more juice and you'll get more out of your produce that costs money. So,
Yeah.
and also, doing a juice fast without a plan is a waste of time and money and effort. So if you have a plan and you know what you're going to do, and you know exactly what your juice recipes are, and you know how many calories you need per day, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of regimen will actually save you money. Because otherwise people go willy-nilly into it.
True.
They don't know what they're doing. They buy whatever. They're like freaking out. And I experience this every day. People text me, message me, email me, DM me every day saying I'm on day 13 of a juice fast and I'm, freaking out. This isn't working. I can't, like, people are so confused. I'm like, oh, are you following my protocol? And they're like, no, I'd love to. I plan on it, you know, things like that. So it just doesn't work to go at it with no plan.
Yeah. And what's the most common question you see? Because you deal with a lot of people. What do you think is like the most top frequently asked question you see?
Well, for sure about deeper bowel detoxification with psyllium husk and bentonite clay and
Mm-hmm.
digestive enzymes, which are part of my protocol. And I recommend people use powerful digestive enzymes during the juice fast to help dissolve plaque. So
Mm-hmm.
not only the bromelain in pineapple juice, but also supplemental digestive enzymes, large amounts. I
Mm-hmm.
recommend large doses of digestive enzymes to remove the mucoid plaque, and to get it out, to clean your bowels out one time is life-changing. It's worth it. And then also we use husk and clay, psyllium husk and bentonite clay, as powerful bowel detoxifiers to remove the plaque in the biofilm. So these are the number one questions I get, is how to use the husk and clay properly. It's all outlined in the protocol I use for people. It's pretty simple to follow the plan, and it works. It just works.
Yeah, and it's crazy. You do see some people get out like huge things of waste, like all connected, and like it's crazy. It's crazy what's in us, right? I know there's some people are like, oh, it's BS, like it's not a thing, but it's clearly a thing. You see people release like so. I've heard people say they release like 10 pounds of waste at once. Showed you things, say they feel amazing after getting it out, and it like had a smell like nothing to do with their regular bowels. And it's like clearly in a lot of
Yeah.
cases, I think like old waste in there. I don't know everything, but
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the old waste, that's a very common question, is how do I know when I've released mucoid plaque? How do I know when I've finished emptying my bowels? And trust me, you're going to know when you have old waste that doesn't smell like anything you've put in there recently. It has a different smell. And when that stuff comes out, it's like poison coming out of you. And it's an incredible lifting of the, 25,000 pounds of bricks that are on your back. That's the feeling, is getting the poisons out, and you can tell and you can see it, and it's there and it's obvious. So
mhm.
you have to, go at it. You got to go hard. You got to do the psyllium husk bentonite clay. You got to drink the juices. And if you do this level of juice fast bowel detoxification, it's going to get you that result. And that's why I call it bowel detoxification. It's like some people like to call it juice feasting. I call it bowel detoxification, because that's really the goal. If we can detox our bowels properly one time all the way, we can set ourselves up for a revolution in our health. And that's really
Mhm.
what people want, is they want that health transformation glow up. And it's not going to work until we clean out the waste. Most people have 25 pounds of waste inside of them and they don't realize it. And people who are skeptical and say, oh, that it's not in there, whatever, try it for yourself and see. And for me, someone who's seen thousands of people go through the experience and the process, all I can say is try it for yourself and see. I don't have to explain, justify,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
prove
And
anything. Try it for yourself and see what happens.
think
You
how
can make up
toxic
your
that
own
is.
mind.
Yeah, think how toxic that is though, especially if we've eaten poorly, having all that old waste inside of us. Like think how that affects us, right? On a whole complete cellular level, our whole body, how we run, our energy, our mind, our thoughts, like it's crazy. So we just want to live our best life. And I think this is one of the keys to that truly.
Yes, indeed. And another cool thing is flooding our body for 40 days with the phytonutrients and the phytochemicals and the biophotons in the juices, and also the subtle compounds and chemicals in the juices and the produce just changes us on a molecular level. We it's like a neural reset. It shows us where true life force comes from, the
Yeah.
true vitality, and it's educational. And we can see that, oh, life force doesn't come from dead body parts in a frying pan. That's food addiction. We're addicted to steak and eggs and grains and rice and stir fries and all these things. That is addiction. The true life force that elevates our body and our consciousness at the highest level is pure plant compounds.
Yeah.
The amino acids, the chemicals in plants invigorate our mind, body, and soul. We
Mhm.
want the plant chemicals to teach us who we are and what we're doing here on this planet. We thrive on plants. We come from the earth, from the soil, from the sun, just like the plants. We are one with the plants, and we get lost in the cooked food addiction, and we forget, and we think that animal products are nutrient dense when the animals are eating the plants. It
Mhm.
all comes from the plants. And a juice fast reminds us, it washes over us, it washes out
Mhm.
that addiction and the forgetfulness and the unconsciousness. It washes it out. And it's going to give you that renewed sense of what life means, who we are, what's going on this planet. Our true sense of self gets reborn during a juice
Mhm.
fast. Very
Mhm.
educational, very self-educational.
Yeah, and that just something you're talking about the plant foods reminding me of this one question, is juicing only for vegan? Can you juice hot dogs? I'm guessing this is a joke because that's just like another level. But yeah, the plants, you don't want to juice the meat. I think that's so nasty. But yeah, so people are also asking, can I work and can I still exercise? So to me, like you can thrive and work, juice feast, you have more energy than ever in a lot of cases. And that's what's great compared to maybe how different somebody might feel on a different type of fast. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, people ask me all the time, can I work? It's a big concern. And I think it's a
Mhm.
really big reason why people don't start a juice fast or stop themselves, because they think they're going to be tied to the toilet. They will not be able to go to work or do their childcare or take care of the family or whatever they need to do. But the opposite is true. Actually, it gives us energy. It gives us euphoric energy. And most people are not tied to the toilet during a juice fast. You want to know the truth? After a juice fast, that's the hardest part.
Mhm.
3, 4, 6 months after a juice fast, staying 100% raw vegan, that's going to kick your butt. That's the hard part. That's when the detox symptoms set in. That's when the resituating of the microbes in your gut and the brain starts to freak out. That's when you're up against your real food addictions and your low self-esteem. The real transformation happens 6 months after your juice fast. The juice fast itself is easy. It's actually the easiest part of a health transformation. If you want to go raw vegan, then the hardest part is down the road. Don't worry about that. You got to start with the juice fast. That's the easy
Mhm.
part. Also, having a plan to follow makes it super easy. It's like guardrails. It's like bowling with guardrails. You can't go wrong. You just hurl that thing down the aisle and you get a strike, It's
Mhm.
easy. Following a plan ensures success 100% of the time. Going with no plan and just trying to figure it out on your own, I don't know. I can't guarantee that. Most people don't get good results. But if with the guardrails on, it's going to be a wonderful experience. And you can trust that just by starting and adventuring into this calling and this hero's adventure, you're going to have an amazing transformation. And it
Mhm.
really is like saying yes to your hero's adventure. The hero is always reluctant to say yes to their calling. You feel the calling in your heart, but you're like, oh no, I don't like adventures. I don't want to be late for dinner. No, that's not for me. We feel reluctant, unqualified, and completely unready. But if we can just have the courage to say yes, we're whisked away to our adventure and we have an amazing story and we find ourselves and we become the best version of ourselves. So just say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And do you think people should say yes to supplements? Should that be a part of people's plan? Do you think people should just, lots of people are asking, what about supplements? What about protein on a juice fast? What about omegas? Like, should I take any supplementation? So, in your personal opinion, what do you think about that?
In my personal opinion, we want to do a juice fast quickly. We want to get in and we want to get out as fast as possible. We want to remove the plaque and biofilm as quickly and as efficiently as possible and
Hmm.
come back onto eating a raw vegan diet. The raw vegan diet over time with consistency is what's going to actually heal us and transform our health at the highest level. So during a temporary juice fast, we don't need to worry about protein. We don't need to worry about supplements. There's very few instances where people are going
Hmm.
to need to supplement during a juice fast. There are occasions if somebody's really chronically ill and they have to go more than 90 days where they might want to take a little bit of flax oil or something just to have a little bit of fats over time.
Hmm.
But in general, a juice fast is going to help you wean off pharmaceutical medications. It's going to help rebalance everything, your chemistry in your body. So
Hmm.
it's going to help you not need supplements. If you're on a bunch of supplements, you're not going to need them. So I would say that people have this fear that they're, tied to these pharmaceuticals and supplement regimens, but the juice fast frees us of all of that and
Hmm.
rebalances our body. Then if we can eat raw vegan consistently over time, wow, our autoimmune's gone, our lupus is gone, our thyroid problems are gone, our skin inflammation is gone, our obesity is gone.
Hmm.
We don't need anything other than nutrition. Our body, we weren't born with a deficiency in supplements. We were born to thrive on plants, and we've bastardized that, and we're eating out of addiction instead of truth. So when we get back into alignment with truth, then our body works as it should, and we don't need a bunch of supplements. I take supplements, but I don't take supplements because I'm missing nutrients. I take supplements to enhance my physical experience.
Hmm.
I take supplements that enhance my anti-aging. So this is why I take superfoods and things, like Brian Johnston. I don't know if you follow him, but
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
yeah, he's obsessed with anti-aging. So he takes a lot of supplements, right? So supplements can enhance our experience. I do not recommend taking supplements because you're missing nutrients. That's the wrong approach. If you're anemic or you have nutritional deficiencies and you have to take supplements, you're doing it wrong. You need to get onto a fully raw vegan diet and heal your gut,
Hmm.
heal your absorption, heal your uptake, heal your nutrient conversions, and then you don't have to take supplements.
Yeah. Okay. And with weight, that's a big thing that comes up. How much weight do you think people can expect to lose? And at the other end of things, if people are worried about losing too much, like how can they keep the weight on?
Well, there's two ends of the spectrum. People will often do a juice fast to lose weight, and it's great for that because 80% of obesity is attributed to toxicity accumulation in the body. The
Hmm.
body will store toxins in the fat cells. So if you've got a bunch of toxic fat on your body, a juice fast is going to help you lose weight so easy. It's just going to come right off through juice fasting. So during a 40, 60, 90-day juice fast, you could expect to lose 50, 60 pounds if you're holding toxic fat on your body. But if someone but I do not recommend juice fasting for weight loss though, because it's about bowel detoxification. If we can detox our bowels, we help our body naturally eliminate all the toxins, and then the weight will come off anyway in the future. Just focus on helping support your body's elimination system. That's the key.
Hmm. Hmm.
And if
Okay.
someone's underweight, they most likely have absorption issues. Okay, so then we
True.
have to clean out the plaque and the biofilm that's inhibiting absorption. So a lot of men come to me who are underweight and they want to build muscle and get strong like me. I'm 190 pounds as a raw vegan. And so they want that, but we have to address the gut first. So we have to start with bowel detoxification, and then we can absorb better. We'll put on muscle easier. We can build our body easier. So whether you're trying to
Hmm.
lose weight or gain weight, a juice fast is the first step. So it's kind of miraculous because, like I say, it gets us into alignment. And that's
Hmm.
the goal. Alignment with our body chemistry and our gut health will put us into alignment with the best version of our biology and our who we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Helps our biology get into alignment, right?
Yeah.
So um
Yeah, in the beginning, some people might not feel that alignment if they're feeling bloated. Like I know you talked a little bit about that in the beginning of this, but that is something I hear. And I even sometimes hear people that are like, I'm on day 60, I still feel bloated. I think typically, as your body adjusts to these changes in what you're doing, it's like 3 to 7 days. That's what I typically see with people. And that's what sometimes I'll experience if I go on a cleanse from eating like a lot of food all the way to a cleanse. But what do you think there? And what are some ways to fight off that bloating? Maybe getting more exercise, maybe drinking some water, maybe doing an enema. What do you think is a way to detox quicker and avoid that bloating, especially if somebody's still experiencing that far into a juice fast?
Well, people have a lot of impacted waste in their bowels, so we've got to get it out. That's what's causing the bloating. It's bad bacteria. It's bacterial microbial imbalance in the
Mhm.
gut,
Mhm.
and it's impacted waste and biofilms which harbor bacterial imbalances. So we're dealing with imbalances in the body. The bloating is imbalances. So this is why we do husk and clay to help sweep the biofilms out. So that can help, but it can also make it worse depending on how impacted our bowels are. This is why everybody's experience is unique, and we really need to have some coaching and some guidance to help
Mhm.
us through these types of steps. If someone's experiencing bloating on day 30 of a juice fast, the solution is going to be different for everyone depending on why and what their experience is, where they're coming from, and who they are. It's so critical to have levels of support for juice fasting so we don't make the wrong self-assessment and we think that the juices are bloating us, because the juices are not bloating us. It's
Exactly.
something else going on in the gut. So there's a couple options, but really, number one, you want to know what I think is surrender and just go longer, go harder, make it
Mhm.
harder on yourself. Everybody gets so scared because we've lost contact with our body. We fear our body. We don't trust our body. And so we're captive. We're prisoner of our body that we no longer trust. We're disconnected and a prisoner in this body.
Mhm.
So part of the amazing refinding of ourselves and rebalancing is actually literally surrendering until you say, oh, look, I actually could trust my body all the way again. I always could have trusted my body. I just forgot. So there's a kind of like a remembering of our body's wisdom through a juice fast. And that's what I recommend. So if it's
Yeah.
bloating, okay, it's uncomfortable, big deal. Go harder, go longer.
Well said. And I think far too many people give up, whether it's a juice fast or fruit fast, transitioning to raw foods, eating more plant foods, eating plant based. I think far too many people give up because they experience that bloating and then they blame that thing. Like you said, like, oh, it's the juices or oh, this didn't work for me. But like hang in there and then things can get better than ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're so deeply, desperately addicted to food that we try a raw vegan diet and we say, oh, it didn't work for me. I got sick. I got this symptom. I got that symptom, missing the point that we're already highly toxic. We already
Mhm.
have poison inside of us. We
Yeah.
are so deeply addicted to food. And then we blame the raw foods. It's absolutely short-sighted and really just small of us.
Yeah.
So there's a whole contingency on the internet, online, saying plant-based diets don't work. And I got sick when I went raw vegan. I mean, it's the absolute opposite. But what we're really battling is deep level mental addiction, deep level inadequacy of who we truly are and our willingness to step up to our greatness. We are held prisoner by tradition, family culture, societal pressures. And for someone to break free from that requires a level of leadership and becoming like a superhero. And not most people are not superheroes and don't want to be. And so they play small. They stay with their food addiction. They stay with the expectation from society and the pressures of their family culture. And they continue to go against their own values. And this is why I say a raw vegan diet brings us into alignment with our vision, our values, and our actions, because our values do not align with food addiction.
Mhm.
That's not our values. Eating animals is actually not part of our values. Our value is actually more aligned with a plant-based diet. But because we're so deeply, desperately addicted to food, we don't know that. We think it's normal because everybody's addicted. So we're breaking the bounds of convention here. We are marching to the beat of our own drum. It's going against the mainstream, and that's not an easy thing to do. But for those who are called, we are seeking the truth here. We're seeking, and the
Mhm.
truth will set us free. So if you're called, listen to the calling. Listen to your hero's adventure calling you to your truth, because you're going to find the best version of yourself and that phoenix rising from the ashes. So you got to listen. And it's okay if it's hard. It's okay that you have to step out, be different, Maybe it's lonely at the top, but it's better to be at the top. You get the better vista. You have more sovereignty at the top. And it's just,
Mhm.
that's the journey of the
Yeah,
plant-based diet, is breaking from tradition, becoming our own leaders, marching to the beat of our own drum, being a truth seeker, being a modern mystic,
so
and a
true.
light worker and a warrior for the truth, and no one's going to do it for you in this land of the blind. The one-eyed are kings, man. We just
Mhm.
got to open the one eye. That's all we need. We can see the truth with so little, but we have to stick to the plant-based diet.
Mhm. And okay, with the juice fast, something I also hear quite often is how can I protect my dental health? So any tips for that? And I think you have a great dental health record. Like any tips for your regimen with juicing and like regular life?
Yeah, people often mistake the juices being acidic, like
Mhm.
acids in the citrus juices, for instance, eroding the enamel, making their teeth sensitive, or causing cavities. That is completely untrue. There are bacteria that live under our gums, and those bacteria will feed on the sugars and juices, excreting more acids, causing the tooth decay. So, yeah, we can get cavities if we disturb the microbiome and start feeding our mouth a lot of sugar, but we're not taking care of our teeth. We have to be hyper vigilant to do extra dental care and cleansing during a juice fast, because the number one reason is because we're changing the microbiome of the mouth. So if you never got cavities before in your life, but then you eat raw vegan and you got cavities, it's because we changed the microbiome of the mouth.
Mhm.
And we're reestablishing the
Mhm.
proper microbiome, okay, between the gut and the mouth. But it takes time. And if you do the same dental routine that you did before, maybe you get a cavity, okay? But that's because you're not paying attention. So I experienced this with so many people saying that the juices were the problem or the acids were the problem. No, it's bacteria in your mouth that is the problem. So how do we deal with the bacteria of our mouth? We have extra care with our dental routine. So I recommend brushing with baking soda every day. Instantly neutralizes acids. Done right there. Rinse with hydrogen peroxide. That's what I do. Helps keep sensitivity down, keeps the mouth immaculately clean, and also flossing meticulously. Get into the gums, knock back those bacteria. If you do
Mhm.
that twice a day, they're not going to overgrow. You're not going to have a problem. Becoming dentally self-sufficient is understanding the bacteria that live under the gum line. It's that simple. If you can manage the bacteria under your gum line, you can live cavity-free for the rest of your life as a raw vegan. But people are not aware of that, and people are not conscious of how to manage the bacteria under the gum line, and then they get cavities and have dental problems and blame raw food or blame whatever. But it's really that they're not managing their bacteria properly. And of course, that comes back to our entire biology, where
Mhm.
we are living with ancient bacteria, ancient microbes that are billions of years old, way older than us. We're a host to these ancient bacteria and microbes. If we're really honest, they are a lot smarter than us, and they live inside of us, and they've got control of us. So we have
True.
to Yeah, so we have to learn how to manage these bacteria, and dental care is just one of those aspects, but
Mhm.
also gut care and eating raw vegan. Last time I went to the dentist, the hygienist said my teeth were the cleanest she had ever seen. She said, your teeth are cleaner than my most regular patients who come in for cleanings every 3 months. She
That's
said,
amazing.
I have no idea what you're doing, but you have the cleanest teeth of any of my patients that come in here.
That's
And
why
I've
we love
been
having you on. We love hearing what you do. I'm gonna try your dental regimen with the baking soda and everything.
Yeah, I floss meticulously. I will not
Mhm.
skip flossing because
Yeah.
I know I'm managing the bacteria in my mouth, and they are a part of me, and they command a lot of attention. And so I give them attention and knock them back every day with
Yeah.
flossing. And then
Flossing's key.
yeah, and I do water flossing and water and irrigation of my gums as well. So I do
Mhm.
that. Put the water pick up there, flush that bacteria out from under the gums with a water pick.
And
And then brush with baking soda, a little abrasion that just keeps all the plaque, like no plaque on my teeth. None. Okay. And then rinse with the hydrogen peroxide. It's a little quick like boost of whitening and kills the remaining bacteria that you've knocked loose in your mouth. This is a great regimen. I've been doing it
yeah.
for seven
Well, it's
years.
working clearly. Look,
It
right?
works for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been great. I feel like we've answered a lot of questions. I'm sure there's some more things, but stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe for more videos because we're always doing regular videos on this topic. We're both so passionate about it. But anything else you feel like you want to add that we missed or any inspiration to end off with and let everybody know where they can find you?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, Gillian. I
Mhm.
recommend people get support. You know, we want the transformation, but we can't transform alone. No one ever transformed alone. And we're
Mhm.
dealing with low self-esteem in our lives. Most of us have damaged self-worth from traumatic experiences. We're carrying around baggage, we're carrying around trauma. It's buried in our subconscious mind. We've abandoned parts of ourselves. So the way we go from where we are to where we want to be is
Mhm.
accountability. Accountability and mentorship is the path to share, to shed light on how we are living in these unconscious patterns. So that's why I have my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes, to help people have the accountability. The
Mhm.
community is absolutely astounding. We've got 5,000 members in the group. Every day, people are juice fasting, sharing their before and afters, sharing recipes, sharing shopping trips. It's really educational, inspirational, uplifting, and we don't have to do it alone. So the first step, everybody, is not clearing your pantry to make room for raw foods. The first step is not buying a juicer. The first step is not stocking your fridge with raw foods. The first step is joining Raw Vegan Heroes and watching and observing what others are doing for 2 to 3 months. That's what I recommend. Just watch and observe. You're going to be inspired. You're going to see a path that's good for you, that works for you and your lifestyle. So it's not trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's
Mhm.
about you finding the way that raw foods can work for you. So this community is amazing. We're all doing it together as part of an awakening community together. And if you have resistance to be part of a community, that is the lone wolf syndrome. We're dealing with self-isolation. And we've been trained by our parents or our caregivers from childhood that we have to do it alone and we're stronger alone. And we've got to prove it that we're better alone. And that is low self-esteem, low self-worth. Watch, who were your parents? If your parents told you it was better to be alone and that you had to prove that you were stronger alone, what kind of results did they have in their life? How much, abundance and connection and community and a joy did they have in their life? Guarantee you
Mhm.
they had none. Guarantee you they
Mhm.
were struggling too. So don't take advice from people who tell you it's stronger, you're stronger alone. You're not. We're stronger together. We go farther together. We go faster together as part of a community. So join Raw Vegan Heroes. You can find me on my website, rawveganrising.com. That's where you can sign up for my membership. And also on socials, Raw Vegan Rising on Instagram and YouTube. I highly recommend checking out my YouTube. I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos there talking about my transformation of being a raw vegan. So much support, so much information and inspiration there on my YouTube. And also my Instagram is pretty good too.
Yeah, it's
So
really good. Okay, well, this has been
yeah, I'm here
amazing.
for
Thank you.
everybody. And I support people on their raw vegan transformation every single day. It's the best thing you could ever do in your life. Do not settle for the cooked food, low vibration addiction. It's
Mhm.
just that. It's an addiction. It's insidious. It's got everyone so confused and addicted. It's terrible. Especially men. Men have really got it bad with the meat and the protein thing, thinking they have to eat meat to be masculine. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
That reminds
Yeah,
me,
it's
that guy I was telling you about that I interviewed, at the Lou Corona event, the guy that did only lemon ginger blast for 45 days, he tested his testosterone at the beginning and it was like 400. Apparently, I think he said that's pretty average for somebody his age. And then he tested his testosterone at the end of the juice fast and it was 710. So like almost doubled his testosterone on the juice fast. I think it's interesting, right?
Yeah, yeah. Men are indoctrinated to think that meat makes their body have testosterone. It's actually the opposite. So we want to be smart, okay? We don't want to burn the candle at both ends fast and age quickly and have poor health and look like we're over the hill by the time we're 45. You can
Mhm.
look like me at 50 and beyond if you eat a raw vegan diet.
Yeah.
Alkalizing, cleansing, purification of the mind, body, soul, bowels, blood, and lymph. That's what we're
Mhm.
doing, okay?
Mhm. Raw foods are the key.
So
Well, this has been
I enjoy.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
thank you,
working.
Gillian. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me on today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing everything. And I think we covered a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it added some value. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more awesome videos like this one. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.